What's good, y'all? Straight to the point. We called it. We called it. We called it. Luke Walton is now out as the Sacramento Kings head coach. I knew as soon as the season got off to like a rocky start, Marvin Bagley not playing, him having friction with the head coach, Darren Fox not looking the same, bad personnel moves, and I'm sure Luke had a lot to do with that. All these guards, we have a whole bunch of guards and finding play time for them, and just not playing defense, going on losing streaks, getting blown out by the Raptors and whatnot. Luke Walton is now gone. Alvin Gentry is sliding over to the head coaching spot as an interim. How I talked about last video, before Luke was gone, I pretty much knew that was going to be the process. Now, what do the Kings need to do from here? Well, in my opinion, I think you need to give Alvin Gentry a shot. Let's see how the rest of the season looks. Finish out the season with him, regardless of good or bad records, regardless of playoffs or no playoffs. Finish out the season with Alvin Gentry just to have the consistency in the locker room and have that head coach be the voice for the rest of the year, right? Now, if he's not the guy, we find out that the Kings are still losing under his leadership and him being the head coach. I think we need to go young. Find somebody who relates to the players, who kind of relates to this culture in this young generation. I think that's important nowadays, because you see head coaches getting fired all the time for not being able to relate to their players. You know what I mean? Look at what happened in New Orleans, and they're still not winning anyway. But look at what they did in Portland. They got Chauncey Billups there, kind of a younger guy. Ty Lue, you know what I mean? How he was coaching the Cavaliers, now he's with the Clippers. So I think the kind of younger, more relatable guy who's closer to not only to the guys in age, but not far removed from the game, either from playing and things like that. I think that needs to be the direction that the Kings need to go in long term. But for short term, keep Alvin Gentry, and I hope he keeps Doug Christie on the bench too. Like I mentioned last video, I really love that for this roster. I feel like he's needed in that locker room, and I hope he gets more of a role, a bigger role in this system, in this new head coaching regime under Gentry, because like I said, him being a former King, him playing at a high level during his time as a Sacramento King, I think the players respect that and they respect him. So I would like to see something like that, maybe him getting a larger role. Also something I want to talk about in another video. I don't know if you guys saw this, I saw an article talking about a possible scenario of De'Aaron Fox getting traded, or Halliburton, one or the other, or both. I guess they're saying that they really don't fit together. And I was kind of thinking that when we drafted Halliburton, I was like, okay, he looks like a guy who needs a ball in his hands, but De'Aaron Fox is also that type, because neither one is like a crazy shooter, spot up shooter, anything like that. So they both need the ball in their hands to be successful and to get the most out of their talents and what they do. It's going to be hard for Alvin Gentry to kind of figure that out. Maybe if you make Halliburton like the sixth man, maybe have him kind of be like the backup point, de facto, like backed up point, two guard thing. I don't know. I don't know how to make that fit basketball wise, because both of those guys need the ball in their hands, and it's gonna be tough. And I feel like that's been one of the things that's been hindering the Kings at the start of this season, not being able to figure that out. And then you got Davion Mitchell, who we drafted, another guard. You still got Buddy Hield getting a lot of minutes, getting a lot of shots, another guard. You still got Terrence Davis, who's getting minutes, another guard. So it's just we're log jammed at guard, and it's good to have depth, but at the same time, you don't want it to where like you don't know, the locker room doesn't know what's what and who's who, and who's the guy handling the ball, who's our main guys, because you need definitive roles to win. And I think we all know that you need definitive roles to win, and I think that was one of the things that Luke Walton was lacking early in the season. Between the bad record, between the friction with Marvin Bagley, and I mentioned in the last video, I feel like the players really didn't respect him. Between all of that, they weren't really playing for him at all. He is now gone. Let's see where we go from here. I just want to make this quick video. Let me know what you guys think. Should we go after another head coach right now, or do you guys want to see Alvin Gentry finish out the season? And if he is the interim coach, who do you guys see filling that role long term? Let's talk about it in the comments. Like the video, comment, subscribe to the channel. Definitely appreciate you checking out this video, and we're going to see where the Kings go from here. We're definitely going to have a lot to talk about in the next coming weeks regarding all of this, regarding trade rumors. We're going to talk about it. Comment below what you think about Luke Walton being fired from the Sacramento Kings.